Hi guys, this is Android Nub, and these are the best semi-casual Android games of 2014 Part 3. First up we have Batman Arkham Origins, published by Warner Bros. Here's a cool Batman brawler slash fighting game. The game has a map where there's lots of missions to do, the graphics look really good, and the gameplay is really similar to Injustice Gods Among Us. So you tap to attack, and at the end of each combo there's usually some swiping to do. There's a button to block or you can use 2 fingers, and there's also a special skill to use. There's 2 different stances, one where you do more damage and one where you have more defense. There's different bat suits to buy, and you can upgrade your skills. The biggest con is that there's stamina which runs out pretty quick, otherwise it's a fun high quality Batman game to check out. I'm Batman. Next up we have Shadow Fight 2, published by NEKKI. This game isn't that new, but it just launched worldwide this week. So here's a cool fighting game. You play as Shadow, and you have a joystick to move around and a button to kick and punch. There's different combos to do depending on which direction you punch and kick, and there's new combos to unlock. The fighting is fairly fast paced with some cool slow motion effects. The game does get fairly difficult and requires strategy and timing, so sometimes you have to be patient and time your moves. There's new weapons and equipment to buy, the artwork looks nice, and it's a fun fighting game to check out. Next up we have Colossatron, published by Halfbrick Studios. This game used to be paid, but now it's free to play. So in this game you play some giant snake monster, and your goal is to destroy many different cities. So your creature automatically moves by himself, although you can get a skill where you hold the screen and he'll move there. So there's these power cores floating around, and you can drag them onto your snake. And different colors create different combinations, and matching colors create a more powerful weapon. So you go through many different cities destroying stuff, and you can upgrade your Colossatron and get new weapons. The game's actually really fun and well made. Cool game to check out. Dragon Ball. Next up we have The Walking Dead Season 2, published by Telltale Games. Here's Season 2 in the popular Walking Dead series. This game continues from the last game, and this time you play as Clementine. Like Season 1, this game is made up of 5 episodes, and it's a point-and-click adventure game that takes place during the zombie apocalypse. The story is really good, and there's tons of dialogue choices that affects what happens later. Although this is a point-and-click adventure game, there's still a lot of action and certain scenes that use tap and swipe controls. This is a really awesome game worth checking out, but make sure you play Season 1 first. Next up we have Fightback, published by Chillingo. Here's a cool unique fighting game. So this fighting game uses tap and swipe controls, so there's no joystick. You tap the right side to attack on the right side, and you tap the left side to attack on the left. You tap to punch, swipe to kick, swipe down to dodge, and swipe up to jump. There's also lots of different directions and stuff you can do for different combos. So in each level you go through a couple waves of enemies, and sometimes there's a boss battle. The graphics and animations look good. Sometimes it can be challenging and difficult, but it's definitely a fun fighting game to check out.
I'll be back.
Next up we have Dino Hunter Deadly Shores, published by Glue. Here's a dinosaur hunting game, similar to most hunting games, but with dinosaurs. The graphics are really nice. You don't have free roam, so you can't walk around. You can only move left and right. There's lots of levels where you hunt different dinosaurs. You can move left and right, and there's a button to zoom in, and then you kill the dinosaur. There's certain spots that do more damage. Some dinosaurs run away, and some will fight back. The hunter has become the hunted. There's lots of guns to buy and upgrade. Fun dinosaur hunting game to check out. Next up we have Defenders, published by Nival. Here's a really graphically impressive tower defense game. The graphics look amazing. So you can place towers, and the goal is to kill the incoming enemies. There's tons of levels and tons of towers to collect, and the towers are all really different. There's different maps and different monsters, and even a story. The game is fully in 3D and looks really nice, tons of content. This is a really cool tower defense game to check out. Next up we have Armored Aces 3D Tanks, published by Pseudos software. Here's a really cool online tank battle game. So you can throw a tank, and there's lots of new tanks to buy, and you can upgrade your tank. It's an online game, so you play against real players, and there's 2 teams, It's also really easy to find the game, so you control your tank with a joystick and you can aim on the right side of your screen. The goal is to destroy the enemy tanks or to capture their flag. It's a really cool game and it's fun to play. It's not always fair if other people have better tanks, but you can earn money to upgrade your tank and buy new tanks. Really fun tank battle game to check out. Next up we have Boom Tanks, published by Reliance Big Entertainment. Here's a cool one-on-one tank battle game. It looks really nice. So there's lots of stages to go through where you fight one-on-one against some other tank. So first you have to aim to lock onto the enemy tank, and then you tap when the circle goes in the middle to do the most damage. Then you wait to reload and repeat this until they die. There's new tanks to buy and you can upgrade your tank. It's kinda casual since you can't actually control your tank, but it is a fun tank battle game to check out. Next up we have Guns Girls Screw DayZ, published by 4inch. Fondo to continue. Seriously? Ooh, that loading screen though. This is probably the cutest zombie shooter I've ever played. I mean, I feel bad about killing the zombies. So this is a side-scrolling zombie shooter, you can move left and right, and you have 3 weapons to use. This game is actually really fun. There's tons of weapons to collect, and there's boss battles. The artwork is cute and nice. Really cute zombie shooter to check out. Next up we have Rival Knights, published by Gameloft. Here's a cool and unique jousting game. You play a knight and you can joust against a bunch of other knights. So when you start you have this bar on top and you have to tap when the arrow goes on the green. Consistently getting the green will increase your speed, and then you aim your lance at the enemy's weak spot by dragging the screen to knock him off his horse. And you have to beat the enemy in 2 of the 3 categories to win, which is attack, defense, and speed. There's new equipment to buy and tons of levels to go through. It's kind of casual, but it's a fun and unique game. Next up we have Age of Wind 3, published by Deemedya. Here is a pirate ship-based game. You take control of a ship, and there's a story and lots of character dialogue throughout the entire game. So when you're in battle, your ship automatically moves forward, and you have buttons to move left and right. You also have a button to shoot cannonballs from both sides of your ship. So there's usually a bunch of enemy ships, and you have to maneuver around and shoot them. This game has a huge map with lots of islands and places to explore. There's tons of quests, you can upgrade your ship. This is a really fun pirate ship-based game.
Release the Kraken!
Next up we have Great Little War Game 2, free. Published by Rubicon Development. This game used to be paid, but now there's a free version. It's the sequel to a very popular strategy game. So this is a turn-based strategy game. There's lots of levels to go through which have different objectives. Sometimes you have to kill the enemy general, defend your own general, and lots of other objectives. So you tap your characters to move around. Some levels you have barracks to summon your soldiers, and you can attack the enemies. After you make your move, you end your turn, and then it's the enemy's turn. This game has no in-app purchases, but there are ads. There's tons of content and it's a really fun strategy game to check out. Victory! Next up we have Monster Squad, published by NEXON. Here is a casual pet battle RPG. The combat's like Hello Hero. Your monsters automatically attack, but you do have skills to use. So you go through waves of enemies and then there's a boss battle. There's tons of new monsters to collect, which you get from completing levels.
Pikachu, I choose you! Pikachu?
And you can upgrade and evolve them. There's lots of levels to go through. The graphics are colorful and kind of cute. Interesting pet battle RPG to check out. Next up we have Magic 2015, published by Wizards of the Coast. Here's the newest Magic card game on Android. So it's based on the trading card game Magic. There's single player and multiplayer. There's no way I can explain how to play this in 30 seconds, but the game has a really good tutorial that is also fully voice acted. Awesome! So this is a card game where you can build your deck and play against other people or the computer AI. One weird thing is I think this game only works on tablets. If you like the Magic card game, check this game out.
Here's an interesting decision. Do you attack with your Vampire Nighthawk? If you do, you won't have any untapped creatures to block the Goliath Sphinx with.
That's it, I'm going in.
Defeat.
Damn it. Next up we have Duet, published by Kumobius. Here's a unique casual puzzle game. You hold the right side of the screen to rotate clockwise, and the left side to rotate counterclockwise. The goal is to not let the shapes touch your balls.
Double kill.
So you have to rotate them around and avoid touching anything. It's actually very challenging. There's a lot of levels to go through and the music is fairly good. Challenging but fun casual game to check out. Next. Next up we have Battle Camp, published by PennyPop. It's like Pokemon but with puzzle gems. My guy looks like a boss. Alright, enough of that. Here's a social pet battle game that has a gem puzzle combat system. So there's a world to move around and you can see other players. There's quests to do, and when you fight, you match the gems and you have a party of pets that attack when their elements are matched. And certain elements do more damage to other elements. So there are lots of pets to collect to add to your party, and there's also NPCs to battle. Fun social pet battle game to check out. Next up we have Modern Combat 5 Blackout, published by Gameloft. This is actually a paid game and it costs $6.99. It's a really cool, high quality first person shooter. The graphics are good, although it does kind of look low resolution. There's a joystick to move around, you can aim on the right side and there's buttons to shoot, and there's also iron sights. The game has different classes which have different skills, and there's also new weapons to unlock and customize. The game has a single player campaign divided into many missions. There's also multiplayer where there's a couple different modes. Really easy to find the game and it is fun. This game has no in-app purchases, but it does require a constant internet connection.
Get to the chopper!
Next up we have Castle Doombad Free-to-Slay, published by Adult Swim Games. This used to be a paid game but now it's free, so this is a defense game where you play a villain, and the goal is to prevent the heroes from rescuing their princess. The goal is to your princess, so your tower has many floors and you can place traps. You can also place minions to attack the enemies. There's lots of new traps and minions to unlock and upgrade. Some traps are activated manually. There's tons of levels to go through and it's a really fun defense game to check out. Next up we have ROBLOX, published by ROBLOX Corporation. This is a kind of popular PC game that's now on Android. It's a sandbox game similar to Minecraft, except you don't really build stuff. So there's tons of servers made by real people, and you join servers and play around. So there's tons of people to play with, and you do different stuff in different servers, kinda like Minecraft. The graphics aren't the best, but it's still kind of fun if you find a server you like. There's a ton of variety. If you like these games, go check it out. Next up we have Battle Bears Ultimate FPS PvP, published by SkyVu Entertainment. So here's an online shooter involving bears. So you play against other people online, and you have a joystick to move around and aim on the right side of the screen, as well as shoot, use skills, and jump.
Press here to jump around like an idiot.
It's a team-based shooter, so there's 2 teams, and the goal is to kill the enemies on the other team. There's new weapons to get on lots of different maps, and it's really easy to find other people to play with. Graphics are decent. It was kinda laggy, but if you're looking for an online shooter, you may want to check this game out.
Fatality!
Next up we have Running Shadow, published by GIGL. Here's an interesting RPG filled with an endless runner. It plays like your typical endless runner. You swipe left and right to move left and right, swipe up to jump, and swipe down to slide. You can also attack enemies. If they jump, you have to slide, and if they don't jump, you have to jump. The game does have a story, and there's weapons and armor to buy and upgrade. The graphics do look very good, and there's lots of levels to go through. If you're looking for a mix of temple run and RPG, check this game out. Next up we have Ace of Tennis, published by mobirix. Here's a fun casual tennis game with anime-inspired graphics. The graphics are cute and colorful, and you can play against real people online as well as computer opponents. So you can't control how your character moves, but you do have to tap at the right time to hit the ball. So you wait for the outlines to go over the circle and then you tap to hit. The game's really easy to play and there are skills to use. You can buy new costumes and outfits which increase your stats. Fun casual tennis game to check out. Next up we have Manuganu 2, published by Alper Sarıkaya. Here's a side-scrolling endless runner with pretty good graphics. It reminds me of the Rayman running games, and it does feel like a high-quality game. There's a button to jump and can double jump, and there's also a button to stop. The game also has stuff like swimming and flying later in the game. It's a really smooth runner and it's worth checking out.
Turn up the bass! Denied.
Next up we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Call of Modern War Warfare Duty. Published by Blade of Game. Here's a nice looking dog fighting game. So you control planes with a joystick and there's a button to attack. There's tons of new planes to buy. There's also lots of missions that involve fighting enemies. And the game is fun, although the controls do take a while to get used to. And the game is really difficult. If you're interested, you may also want to check out Aircraft Combat 1942, which is basically the same game except with World War II planes instead. Again, the game is really difficult, but there are no in-app purchases. Next up, from the creators of Call of Modern War Warfare Duty, comes their newest game, Call of Warships World Duty, published by Blade of Game. So here's a cool ship battle game. Like their dogfighting game, the graphics are fairly good. You can control your ship with a joystick on the bottom left and aim on the right side of your screen. And there's buttons to shoot. So there's 6 different stages and each of them have lots of missions. The goal of each one is just to destroy the enemies. So you go around shooting enemies. There's lots of new ships to buy and upgrade. There's some boss battles. It's actually really fun and there's no in-app purchases. Fun arcade ship battle game to check out. Anyway, that's all for now. Make sure you guys subscribe for more videos and thanks for watching.